Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
It's time for another daily dose of Dismal Disney.
Yeah, sadly.
Well, this is going to be a Dismal Disney do-over. I guess they're going to look at the situation with Scarlett Johannsen, and they're going to take a look at their contracts and try to do better.
They're going to look at the situation, make sure they don't get that black eye again.
That's right. They're gonna put a gag order in there, I'm sure.
Because how is it going to? Yeah, we got to figure out how to control the situation. So if it happens again, we can keep control of it and we can win.
Yeah. So for those of you who haven't been following the situation very quickly, Scarlett Johannsen suing Disney because she cut a deal for Black Widow before the pandemic, and most of her earnings were supposed to come from a theatrical release, but because Disney released it on Disney Plus, at the same time they released it in theaters, she says she basically got screwed out of a lot of money.
By the way, Disney is like, oh look, Shang-Chi is like winning, all this stuff. Now they kind of just shot themselves in the foot because it makes it look like she's correct, even though, comparatively speaking, it's not doing that great compared to other MCU movies.
Right.
But her theory that she would have done much better in a theater
is probably right.
Probably true.
Probably is true, because if you have the convenience of being able to watch a movie at home, as many times as you want to for $30, I think that's a better deal.
Yeah, it is a better deal.
Not that I would watch Black Widow more than once.
So they probably lost more money that way. They probably figured they'd have to share.
Yeah, right. So we're going to talk about that. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 235,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. Greatly appreciated. We talk a lot about Disney in relation to pop culture, having worked in and around the company, and we've been following the Scarlett Johannsen situation. And this broke earlier today, and it's all over the place now. Bob Chapek making some comments that talent deals are undergoing a reset after the lawsuit. We won't make that mistake again.
No.
We won't make that mistake again, because Disney, man, they got a huge black eye.
Mm-hmm.
But then Disney came out,
with callous and all,
calling
callous
Scarlett Johannsen callous because
a pandemic.
Basically, they're like, yeah, that bitch got paid enough. What's she complaining about?
Yeah, it's like, how dare you ask us for more money during the pandemic as we raised prices and everything else? And
how very dare you?
Not pay other people and laid off people, didn't bring them back. And,
right. Like that's just like one executive bonus.
Yeah.
And so they were trying to paint her as being greedy, and I actually, if I were her, I'd say, hey, I would sue them just for defaming me publicly and dragging my name.
At that point, she has more after them because of that.
Mm-hmm. But now they're going to reevaluate.
Yes. Well, they should. I mean, okay, to be fair, no one ever could see the pandemic coming. So when they made the deal, they probably, no one saw this as a possibility. It wasn't even thought of this is going to happen. So I don't think it was meant to be the intentions were there to screw her over. However, when that came down to it, she apparently, the way she talked, had her people talking to Marvel, and they said that they would work with her to work something out, and that supposedly didn't happen. And now they're retroactively, they said, oh, we're going to give her a cut of the Disney Plus, to make up for it, which they could do for all those cases. They could have just done that because it was the right thing to do.
But this is Disney we're talking about. They don't always do the right thing.
Well, they didn't have streaming when they made those deals either.
No, they didn't.
They didn't have Disney Plus.
And we've said before, we think, the long tail of all this is that, streaming is going to change Hollywood forever. And that you're not going to have these mega rich celebrities anymore. You're going to have people that basically jump from like Netflix deal to Amazon deal to whatever. And in the days of...
No, you're going to have rich celebrities.
Well, they're not going to be as like...
They said they weren't going to sign them for multi-picture deals like they used to.
They'll still be wealthy, but they're not going to be as wealthy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm sure the studios will keep more money.
Yeah, they're going to keep more money. And we're going to have more like...
They're easily replaced.
Really, 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 really upper middle class... working actors.
I don't think it's going to be upper middle
really,
class.
Really upper middle class.
Okay. That's well, I don't think it's, no. Anyway.
They can buy the best Volvo.
No, they're going to make more money than that.
Okay. Anyway. 2 Volvos.
Okay.
2 Volvos. Anyway, Disney CEO, talent deals undergoing reset after Scarlett Johannsen lawsuit coming from Hollywood Reporter. And we'll check out Deadline too while we're at it. There's a bit of a reset that's going on now, and ultimately we'll think about that as we do our future talent deals. We'll think about shutting them up. Chapek said at an investor conference. So this is at the Goldman Sachs Communicopia Conference.
You wonder why when they ask investors questions, like people from Goldman Sachs always get to ask the questions. This is why.
Chapek did not explicitly mention Johannsen or her lawsuit, but referred to deals cut 3 or 4 years ago on films made during that time. Got launched during the middle of the pandemic. We've got a deal that's conceived under a certain set of conditions that actually results in a movie that's being released in a completely different set.
And to be fair, that's no one's fault, honestly.
This is like some serious corporate speak.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of a reset that's going on right now. And ultimately, we'll think about that as we do our future talent deals and plan for that, make sure that's incorporated. Right now, we've got sort of this middle position where we're trying to do right by the talent. Yeah, by telling them to shut the hell up.
That you're
greedy.
Callous, yeah.
You're greedy and shut the hell up. I think the talent's trying to do right by us, and we're just sort of figuring out our way to bridge the gap. You should have settled.
Yeah, you shouldn't have come out, saying that. Well, I'm sure it was probably, she did that after they wouldn't settle. We don't know that, but I can't think she just went out and did that unless they basically said you're not getting it.
Yeah, because I have to think, given the amount of money it would take to fight Disney.
I love this one.
Yeah.
At the investor conference, Chapek said talent can continue to be the company's most important asset. Excuse me, talent's your most important asset.
The asset.
Let's talk about that for a moment. Talent's your most important asset. What talent are you referring to? You mean only your celebrity talent? Because when it came to your cast members, and there's a lot of very talented people in what they do. Your actors and stuff and live show people got put on hold. Some of them got completely kicked out of shows. They're just now coming back way after the fact. I understand because of pandemic, and rules and stuff, but you're just now bringing some of them back. You've got 25,000 people doing a class action lawsuit out in Disneyland, current and former cast members against you because you weren't paying fairly. By their arguing that you weren't paying what you were supposed to pay according to some of the things that were the guidelines established. But talent is your most important asset? Which talent?
As we always have, we will compensate them fairly per the terms of the contracts they agreed to with us. Okay, so what about all of those Star Wars authors that stopped getting?
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Stop getting their royalty checks.
But that wasn't the contract they agreed to with them.
That's right.
See, so basically what you agreed to with us. So if you agreed to this and you agreed to take like this pittance, then we're going to honor that pittance that we told you would get paid.
We will pay you fairly if we have to. But yeah, we're going to find every loophole.
But at the end of the day, we care more about the celebrities and our image.
Well, that is 100% true. Yeah.
Than we do about, everybody else. So.
Yep. And then, we talked about Disney Plus.
You thought it was bullish and confident. I thought you said it was bullshit. I was I agree with you. It's bullshit.
That would be a great Freudian slip.
That would be great.
That would be like
bullshit. Bullish.
That'd be like Elon Musk going on to SNL and talking about how cryptocurrency was a scam. Mm-hmm. Bitcoin was a scam. And it'd be like just Bob Chapek is just like, yeah, Disney Plus is bullshit. Bullish.
Yeah.
It's bullish. Oh my God. Yeah. So yeah.
So they're going to alter their deals for streaming. Because, again, like she pointed out, when she made the deals, Disney Plus wasn't even a thing. Mm. And it's not just Disney Plus. It's a lot of these streaming companies that have been doing more and more shows and movies. And because of what's happening is with other shows, too, that have, were in syndication, they're trying to make new rules for new shows that you don't get those deals. They get to keep the money. So, I think that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, it's interesting. This guy here, Phantom, said that the Shang-Chi success essentially secured her a mid-8-figure settlement from Disney.
Agree.
So yeah, pretty much they can't use the pandemic as an excuse. For all their, and I kind of wonder now looking at it, and we saw, again, we were tracking the box office on Shang-Chi, which was considerably lower than what actually happened. I have to wonder if Disney on some level wasn't like, yeah, well, we're going to just take the L and not really promote this one and be like, oh, yeah, look, our movies failed because of the pandemic. We don't have to pay you anymore. Mm-hmm.
It could be because she was one going to them about we were going to renegotiate.
Yep.
So,
right off.
Yeah, and then they didn't expect her to go public. And then they went and told everyone what she got paid. So, you guys escalated at Disney. You escalated it yourselves by the way you behaved.
So here's the bigger problem they're going to have is there is going to be a reset because I think a lot of Hollywood talent are going to look at Disney and be like, yeah, we can't trust them. Mm-hmm. In fact, some of the agents have come out and said that Disney at this point has violated the trust of a lot of their clients, and that they're going to, consider other options. So they might have shot themselves in the foot big time. Now, beyond just the Scarlett Johannsen situation, again, when you're publicly attacking, she's basically an A-lister at this point. You're attacking her character. That's your go-to.
That looks bad for you. We're trying to get other people to work for you.
Yeah, and then they were trying to take it into arbitration to keep it out of the press. It's
right, because then they could, and then you better believe when they have contracts moving forward, they're going to be even more ridiculous than before to lock you down. They're going to say it's to protect you, but it's to protect them.
Oh, absolutely. Disney never loses.
Yeah, so if you do have a contract with Disney, if you're going into one with them as far as being one of their pieces of talent, make sure that you have your lawyer look over it really, 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 really well.
It's just another piece of talent.
That's right.
Just another piece.
Here's a piece.
Piece for old Mickey. All right, we're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.